We're watching on YouTube. Pardon the black bars on the outside. Kings Row. This match was way closer than I think it should have been, or could have been. I agree with the Hanzo pick. I don't agree with the lack of Zarya. A little awkward.
Especially if you're Symmetra.
But it's 20-foot hoop now.
Oh boy.
I get it.
Well, I mean, Genji will have a good time because he can just...
No. Because if you put your mouse on the screen, it shows the overlay, and then people who watch on YouTube think that it's their bar, and then they try to hide it, but it's just me.
So he can't work.
I apologize to all those people.
Widow could grapple to the top of the hoop and then drop it in.
All right.
You need more Doa streams.
To invoke the mysterious
So I don't know. They ran this defensive Genji, and like defensive Genji is kind of okay, but it's very easily counterable. But I feel like Envious does a really bad job of countering it.
All right. Bro, of course, going to be moving back onto that Genji. One fact will be starting on the McCree.
Time we're looking for early pick there.
So Mickey switches to Diva. Honestly, I think the Winston was 100 times better than this. Because they're not running 76 and they're not running they're not running the Diva. So the Winston's actually a really good pick here. Like Winston's very good against McCree and Winston's very good against Genji, but they don't really go for it, and Taimu doesn't get a lot of value out of these arrows. Also, like, I mean, the common conception is that Genji's very good against Hanzo, so I think the second that you see this Genji, you should just ditch the Hanzo. I don't know, man. Like, Envy's in there, but they don't even have that good of a dive comp, and they're relying on these hooks, but they're over-aggressing for some reason. Like, I think that they're playing their composition wrong, and this just might be the fact that they're not used to playing, because it's been, like, however long that they haven't played together. But they kind of screw up here. Like, Mickey's in, Harry's in, but they're running a pick-off comp, but they're not waiting for picks. And then the Genji snowballs out of control, and then suddenly they get really messed up. I don't know. So Nano boost Mickey here, but like he trades, gets sleep darted, gets woken up, kills this Reinhardt, but in the meantime there's a Zarya and a Genji killing everything with the Dragon Blade. So they traded and they wind up underneath. The sound barrier is just like a, I don't want to say a zoning sound barrier, but it was just like a insurance sound barrier. But like Taimu actually kills Sylph here, and they don't cap anyway. But this ult is a waste because they didn't need it. But now that this ult's down, they all come in and they're like, okay, that's gone. Now you wind up in like this weird spot where that High Noon like is so much value. But imagine if Taimu had his ult there when they came through the choke, he probably would have gotten like a quad kill. But Taimu jumps the gun there after he gets the Ana pick. I think that was the mistake, but then he switches to McCree, but it's a little late now because now that they've like kind of evened up the ult advantages. Like, it's Taimu's mistake. He obviously thought they were coming in, but he also obviously didn't have vision because he was shooting it from the choke. So Harry switches to Tracer too, which I don't hate, but I wonder why. I still would have preferred the Winston at this point. Someone needs to go Winston, I think. I don't know, like, even Winston Diva might not be bad, just something that can kill this McCree. Like, you can see Harry's so afraid to get flashbanged right now. And this guy's aim is actually so good. Like, he two-shot him there, and he had to rewind immediately. But Taimu's not having any of that. Comes in, hits some heads. Gives him the dink. Feels bad. Hits two shots, but he gets fully healed. Taimu makes a crazy play here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there he goes. Two taps him again, and High Noons.
Oh, sleep dart from the side, man. He didn't see it coming. Why not?
No, he gets slapped down. I remember. I think he gets another High Noon though.
There goes Coco. He'll die soon, I promise. Yep, Brett gets him. And MVP Infinity.
He just killed that guy with the mech suit call down.
Wow, they just brought that one back around. They're gonna take the point.
That doesn't happen very often. I don't think anybody noticed that. I don't even think I noticed that yesterday, but he just died to the mech call down. That's actually hilarious, and like you don't see that very often. That should have been play of the game, to be honest with you.
clock for them to move to that second
Hello,
checkpoint.
puppy.
For whom the bell tolls, time was almost up, but Envious able to capture.
So, I don't know. I think the Hanzo, you need to make that work a little bit better. I would have rather them see the... I would have rather them just gone for the Graviton combo, because at least it would have been more reliable. Like, it gives Taimu a fail-safe way to win the fight. That was a very ambitious McCree. Taimu comes in, hits some more heads. Good ult from Mickey.
He certainly does. I've heard Taimu has good aim.
Alright, I don't understand this flanking Ana thing. Like, this guy's just here. I think you can just leave him there.
Payload moving anyway.
Well, Sylph is behind, was able to take out Taimu.
Yeah.
And they could just leave him here, honestly, because the Ana in the back line, she's going to be completely worthless to the rest of her team. But
Mickey should have just left him. I don't even know why he bothers. They could have let you guys could have left. They could have left him there for the rest of the game, I think. I don't know. I mean, this next fight's still pretty much a given because there's no Ana, unless some crazy throw happens here. But having no Ana is quite a thing. I'm also surprised that this guy switches to Reaper for this map specifically because they still have the McCree. And Taimu's going to shred the Reaper throughout the rest of the game. They're doing a very good job, though, on the side of MVP to, like, stall this card out. But they still don't have an Ana.
So annoying, man. Alright, there goes Why Not. Nice flashbang from Taimu. There's another kill.
Earthshatter might have been overkill, but just insurance. Doesn't matter about overkilling at this point. You're just happy to get the checkpoint. Relax, puppy. I know how he got there. I just don't know why he got there.
Street's phase is generally a bit snowbally. You don't see teams able to defend or full hold on that point.
So MVP has Nano Genji right now. They have sound barrier.
About 2:30 left on the clock.
They can just Nano Genji this fight. They need to do it quick though, because this card's getting a lot of free space. I guess alternatively they could just sound barrier, but
He's got that graviton surge now. He just built it up.
they Nano boost.
Zarya, that's not something we've seen a whole lot of in the past. But
Good sleep dart from
every
Chips.
once in a while, Easy Bro taken down.
Chips is a cheater, man.
Dragon Blade. Things going pretty well. Nobody
They Nano boosted the Genji and Chips just insta sleeps.
Whoops,
But sad
Harry Hook
boys?
coming in.
Yeah, he's ready. Harry Hook has that graviton surge ready to go, as well as that Deadeye from Taimu. If they can couple them together.
Harry goes down to that, and then Taimu trades, but Harry's dead. And now Internet Hope said this fight's over.
Oh, that's gonna be a really crucial pickoff, and now Taimu.
The Diva Bomb killing Harry was quite the thing. I like the switch actually from Harry to go to the Zarya. I think they needed something to deal with the Genji at the time, but now that they've switched off the Genji,
Finish this push.
Well, they pushed the
I don't know how good this. I mean, the Zarya is obviously still good, but now they're running like this weird comp where most of their damage is coming from Taimu, but he has to deal with Tracer and 76.
take the third point. You at least
But it just shows the versatility of MVS, I think, that he's able to do this. Because I don't think he plays a particularly bad Zarya at all.
by pushing the payload almost far enough. Harry Hook to see if he can live
Yeah,
with
Chips
the
is a god, man.
Zarya this time. As they move in.
This Graviton does not work. He wanted to get the 76. Like, you can tell he really wanted that 76.
Couple kills
But he threw it a little bit too late and then doesn't get the 76.
They're able to find a third. Sylph falls as well. In fact, up on this soldier, trying to poke out as best he can. Does have that tack visor available. Pops it, but
Chips is a
no.
god.
Beautiful sleep dart coming through from Chips, and they're able to burn him out. Harry Hook coming up with a kill, but they haven't been able to push this payload.
Chips is dead though. I mean, that Graviton was bad. I think that was pretty much why they didn't win that fight. They could have easily just hit like a more normal, useful Graviton on the supports and probably won the fight there.
Get into this situation because, like,
But pretty NA ult right there.
just kind of coming back.
But at the same time, he's not really. I don't even know how much they practiced him on Zarya. I like that he stays on Zarya though.
To just wipe the
He doesn't decide he's going to switch. I also like Taimu's decision to stay on McCree. I find 76 pretty lackluster on this point.
Wanted to couple that, with something like the Earth Shatter follow-up from Coco, but wasn't able
They
to
have
find
they
it.
have their bread and butter Diva mech suit into Earthshatter combo going for them right now. So if they can execute it, it'll be good. They have a lot of ults right now on the side of Envious.
Earthshatter comes down, still holding on to
Good
that
Earthshatter.
self-destruct so far.
Silly Taimu, you can't kill Anna's.
Toss it out. The payload still hasn't moved up too
Taimu
far.
lives here actually, which is insane. Like, you don't see Chips on screen right now, but I want you guys to like pay attention to just how much healing happens in this next minute.
That's right. Why Not comes back in, gets booped, able to charge.
Like, Mickey
back
trades
up,
mech
though.
suits there. That's a really good play. Like, he did that on purpose actually. He hurt, like, he was nano boosted and he popped the mech suit because he knew that if the Diva jumped in the mech suit at the time that he popped his mech suit, he would pop the other Diva's mech suit with his mech suit. Like some mech suit war shit. But look at Coco's health right here. Coco goes down. He's just constantly regenning because he gets shot by Chips in the back. Like, he takes damage, heals up, tanks damage, keeps healing up. Like, Chips is just constantly shooting him in the back right now, and they have to kill Chips or they can't.
if
The
Envy
shift is
gets off
all the
payload,
way in the back.
Envious
Now he
needs to
pushes
keep
up, I
somebody on
guess.
the
But
payload right now, and there it goes. It's moving in.
did you see this? Did you guys see this? Wait, go back.
They're doing the
Watch
best they
Mickey
can
on the
to try to
top
hold
right.
this in place.
Oh yeah, that
It's been
boop
an
was
overtime for
crazy.
a while. This
I
is
know,
going to
right?
take down immediately if Envy gets off the payload.
Envious needs to keep somebody on the payload right now, and there it goes. It's moving in. They finish it.
Wait, I missed
Kings
it.
Road.
They're doing the best.
Watch Mickey. Wait, watch Mickey. Watch Mickey. There's a Bastion that sets up right here.
We've just been in overtime for a while. This
I
is
know,
going to
right?
take down immediately.
Bastion, 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 and then Mickey just stands here. Watch. He doesn't even shoot him.
Right now, and there it goes. It's moving in. They finish it. Kings Road done.
This
They
is
get the
clowny.
3 points.
But yeah, that boot from Internet Hulk was crazy.
Now,
Like the nano boost of Reinhardt just goes flying off the map. I mean, that's just good positioning and awareness from Hulk.
Delivered a lot more than I thought it would.
Yeah, I was expecting that this would be a much more favored to Envious's side, but
Moving it in.
so far, really
I mean, whatever.
close at the end there. Bit of a nail biter.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is able to find the push, but in overtime, as you mentioned, now they have to be looking for a full hold on that first point, or at least a tiebreaker at the end of things.
Yeah.
So Envious going to be a lot of pressure on them as they move forward onto defense.
Well, Internet Hulk on that Symmetra, and it's one of his
Take
favorite
it.
champions. I would not be surprised at all if he stays on it. I think Symmetra is still pretty good on Kings Row. Let's take a look
Take
at
it.
the end of that last match. It really came down to the wire. Well, let's actually just take a look at where the payload needs to be. And
Yeah, that Ryan definitely would have had shatter. I
They
mean,
wanna
it's like I don't know. It's the same situation. Same situation for Envious anyway here, where I think that it didn't really matter that
for the moment on that Hanzo. Wonder if he's gonna give that a try, like Taimu
like
did.
you want a full hold anyway. I mean, obviously you want to finish the map just to secure
Sonic Arrow
second round, but
spot what they're running. We'll have to see. Could stick to it. Would be entertaining at the very least. But Internet Hulk will be sticking.
I'm
with
surprised.
Symmetra. And this is one of those things
I
where
don't
you're
know.
running a bit of a gambit with this pick. If he goes down,
I would have anticipated the Genji, so the Symmetra would have been really good, but they don't run Genji, so the Symmetra loses a little bit of its value in that regard.
I know that you're a very big
At the same time, though, if he does get the teleporter up, that's really good. Hello.
Pros set up their turrets on different maps, and I feel like I always see something new because it's constantly changing. Certain spots get known for where Symmetra turrets are, so you have to kind of constantly shift it a little bit. So that's a cool one.
I like the Hanzo on this map, though. I mean, it's just
Sonic
good.
Arrow.
Oh, actually gets that hit onto Harry Hook, takes him down to about half HP, so he has to heal up.
I think this guy's Hanzo is actually sick, to be honest.
Charge out of
Or they play around the Hanzo a lot better than Envious did.
Oh, look out.
Like,
The Ninja Soldier working his way through.
Easy bro coming in now on the Hanzo.
they don't force anything, they just wait for picks. Like, that scatter arrow almost killed
Gets healed just
Coco there. Like, he would have died, actually.
scope out where he is, but Coco back up to full health.
But this guy's already at 50% ult, just from like 2 seconds of spamming.
Biotic grenade, so Chip
Bio grenade there onto Mickey.
up with that.
Yeah, not quite yet.
Like, Envious is super hesitant to commit. I'm surprised there hasn't been a hook yet.
Take out the Rhino.
Like, I feel like Taimu should have had enough time there to hit a hook, but he doesn't, so he kills one fact.
However, Taimu able to
But
take him
this
out.
guy's hitting his arrows, like a lot of his arrows, actually.
For more picks.
Yeah.
Hasn't found a whole lot yet.
And I think Harry, like, chokes there a little bit. I feel like he should have been able to get a lot. I feel like he should have had that kill. I mean, he started the shot off there. He just missed, I think, a few times, too many. He missed his headshots, and then now this Hanzo just got free reign. You do not want this Hanzo up here if you're Envious. Like, he just uses all these already up to 30%.
Come up, has it now, but might be too late.
The pressure's like so much from this team, actually. They're playing, they like slow pushed in and just waited for the Hanzo. As opposed to Envious, which like tried to force it on the point with the Hanzo, but they didn't really give the Hanzo room to work. I don't know, I like the playstyle here. Pretty sure that Hanzo arrow got eaten. What arrow? Oh, the ult? What are you talking about? Talking about the ult? Oh, I mean, whatever. The ult, I mean, even though it went off, it didn't do anything. But I mean, the fact that he got it off. It didn't matter that the ult got eaten because they didn't really need it.
I mean, that 75 shield could make or break a team fight, really.
I mean, Envious is in a bad spot right now. They have to fight immediately.
I think you might as well give it a try, right? Yeah.
They have Graviton combo. You have to know it's coming. Like, Graviton Hanzo combo is always going to come. They're just going to die. I don't think Internet Hulk should have sound barriered there. I'm pretty sure that was a mistake. He should have known that that was a mistake. I think mentally Hulk, that's like a big error actually for Hulk, because you want that sound barrier. Like, sound barrier is not going to help you survive that fight unless you get like a and a nuke on the ground into a soldier heal station into like amped Lucio heals. I think that's the only way you can survive that combo if you're them. So I don't think it's worth it. Like, too many factors had to have been in play there. I think that that was just a waste of a sound barrier. Luckily, MVP Infinity used theirs too for no reason. And I think that this hurts MVP Infinity in the long run. Like, that was a really bad sound barrier from MVP Infinity. They had no reason. Like, in what world were they going to lose that fight with a 4-man Graviton to Hanzo ult?
It's a self-destruct though. No kills coming in for it.
But MVS is doing a good job here staggering these points. Like, they kill this Tracer. I don't like Tracer on second point of King's Row. So, they reset, but if they had sound barrier, like, maybe they win that fight. So, a little rough there for MVP Infinity. I think the Lucio ults were kind of their downfall, at least on this map. Feels bad.
But 3 minutes still there for MVP to make it to that second checkpoint.
They did a good job too of split spawning MVP Infinity. So as you can see, it's going to take them just a few more seconds to set things up before their next offensive.
This guy's really close to Graviton again. I'm actually surprised that they opted to ditch the Hanzo. I don't think the Hanzo like needed to be swapped here. I understand why, like, I understand the mentality of like, why are we still running Hanzo? Guys, get off Hanzo. We're losing because of the Hanzo. But like, they weren't losing because of the Hanzo. So I would have preferred them just stay on the Hanzo, because then they could just Graviton and Dragon combo right now and they'd win the next fight in cap. But they don't do that. So they're worried about the shield battle. I mean, who cares about shield battle? You'll eventually get Graviton.
MVS really needs this hold right now. There's the Graviton surge though from MVP Infinity, looking for a few more.
He's using Discord. Oh my god.
Going down.
Later.
Has a nano boost, but not enough health to really use it. Not going to charge ahead. They are going to get to the.
I'm not watching this though. I'll get him later.
MVS has chewed up a lot of time on this clock, and like I said, they finished this map in overtime, so they really want to make MVP.
I mean, that's just the back of a Graviton fight right there. I mean, obviously they didn't need the Hanzo, but it would have been a little bit easier, I think. Both teams have sound barrier. Both teams have X-Suit. I think this Breck guy gets away with murder here. I'm surprised that nobody on MVS saw this coming or like called it out that there was a missing Reinhardt, because they win off the back of this. And again, it's like a really bad ult from Hulk. I mean, it wasn't bad because he used it before the Earth Shatter, but like because they didn't scout the Earth Shatter, now they trade Earth Shatter for sound barrier, and that's really bad. But again, MVP Infinity like counter sound barriers. Like, I don't know what this Lucio is doing on MVP Infinity, because all of his sound barriers have been reactionary, but they've been reactionary for no reason. Like, he's reacting to nothing. Like, if that Earth Shatter doesn't come out, then you pop the ult. But like, they need this sound barrier right now. I don't know. Like, the Ninja Reinhardt pays off and stuff, and then
Charge not going to find a target, but Harry Hook is still going to get taken out by that right click from Why Not. Has the Graviton surge available. Will go down before he's able to.
There's a shatter from Coco, hits 3. Doesn't get any kills, but it's fine. He doesn't get that many kills, but they get enough space to where nobody's pushing the cart.
But it isn't enough to stave off MVP's push for a bit longer.
I mean, they should have heard the Reinhardt footsteps, but I mean, it's obviously loud. They're in a LAN center. I mean, whatever, man. But point being that the sound barrier from MVP Infinity is like game losing, because they could have arguably won one of these fights already just from a sound barrier. Like, they pop this Graviton, it doesn't kill much, there's no follow-up damage, and then they pop this nano boost on D.Va just to keep her alive on the cart, and then like Hulk here survives and one fact gets baited dead. But again, imagine if they had sound barrier. So like, these fights are hard to win when you're like initiating but you don't have follow-up damage. Like, they don't really have the best combos for Graviton right now. Like, now they switch to the Genji, or like they just switched to the Genji, but you're not gonna win off the back of the grab if your Reinhardt's not doing a shit ton. I don't know, it's weird. I think that they're getting a little antsy right now, like they feel pressured, but they shouldn't be as much as they are anyway. Like, this was a really bad attack visor. Like, obviously Coco still had full shield. Like, nobody had shot Coco's shield. They don't have a Roadhog to pressure shield, so who's pressuring Coco's shield during that fight? Like, he pops attack visor, like assuming that Coco is just gonna drop his shield or something, and then nothing dies. And then now this guy has Dragon Blade. They're gonna wait for the combo, but they've lost so many fights already because of these really, really poorly timed sound barriers. Like they just sound barriered again, and there was no follow-up because the Reinhardt shield never broke. So I don't know. I think MVP Infinity's ult management, like, they kept burning these offense. Like I think their defensive plays were good, but their offensive sound barriers were like really bad.
You have that Dragon Blade coming through from Easy Bro, jumping down off the top, gets hooked in immediately, and Taimu takes him out.
So what's important there actually is while that looked like a sick play from Taimu, he wouldn't have gotten that kill if it wasn't for... So like, Taimu hits that shot or whatever and kills him, but Harry Hook would have killed him anyway without the hook. It just looked a lot flashier than it could have. Like if you go back and watch, you'll see that he was actually getting shredded. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
What a hook by Taimu at the end there, and you're absolutely right, Achilleos, man. That to try to catch him in the blast rate. Little move by Internet.
Like he was actually getting shredded pretty hard by Harry Hook during that, but it looked like, I mean, Taimu makes a sick play, but when you look at it, he didn't even need to, because they get this nano boost off on Harry right now. I just want you guys to like notice. It's like even if Taimu doesn't hit the hook, they don't, like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Harry nanovisor nanoed and was actually shredding the shit out of the Genji before that hook came out. Like, watch his health. Watch Genji's health.
Needs to make this one work, or they are not going to get 3 points on this map right now. And one of the hardest things in competitive Overwatch is playing into an Envious that has Harry Hook on Soldier with the ult.
But they do have that Dragon Blade coming through from Easy Bro, jumping down off the top.
Like he was already down to 130. I'm not trying to kill the hype. I'm just being realistic. They had that under control regardless. It was a good play, but it wasn't the like, it wasn't as game winning as people thought it was. But it was good. It was good for sure. Yeah, he went down to 85, but he would have just continued to have gotten shredded if he wasn't getting pulled into the hook. Like, he was going to die to Harry no matter what, I'm pretty sure. He would have had to have popped Reflect, and then by that time the Dragon Blade would have been over. But, point being, this is why I can't be a hype caster. I mean, I never would have caught that in real time. Like, I only caught that because I'm watching it in replay mode. Not because I had some incredible game sense. Like, I didn't notice that until just now. I was just curious because I noticed when they were playing against MVP Infinity on Ilios, he got the hook off, but he didn't get the kill, so I was kind of confused as to why it worked in this match. So I was like really paying attention for it this time. Who for you does the most for their team in any position? I think Chips, but I don't know. It's just, that was interesting. That was a good match. I think the Lucio sound barriers actually though were like the biggest problem for MVP Infinity. I don't really think that there was anything else. I think that they could have won a lot more fights. MVS's like plays, they weren't super good. Like their defense actually wasn't super strong. They didn't like do anything crazy. They're very good at dying on the cart, but there were so many times where both teams wasted arguably sound barrier to like try to win fights that either they had already won or had already lost. Like I feel like Internet Hulk popped his sound barriers inside of Gravitons and stuff, and like they didn't scout out that flanking Reinhardt. Like if they scout out the flanking Reinhardt, that fight's completely different. There's just a lot of really small things that I think big. Alright, we can watch this one on. Actually, the quality is so much better on YouTube than on VLC. VLC.